Guys, this is Akhlaq Hamid. Welcome back to my channel. Now, guys, I've got something different to my usual, shall I say? But yeah, hope you all having a good afternoon. Now, guys, if you have been following my Instagram, you probably noticed I purchased the full version of Davinci Resolve, the studio. The studio version. Now, a lot of people have been asking me why what made me purchase this. Well, it's basically a few things, but the main reason was I've also recently purchased the Sony A7 IV, and which records 10-bit footage. Now, in the studio version, it records, it lets you play around with the 10-bit footage. Now, it is a bit of a long story to go into, so I'll explain that in another video itself, but that's my main reason why I purchased it. So in this video, guys, I'm just basically gonna talk through the steps of how I normally color grade my S-Log footage. Now, what is S-Log footage, and what's it used for? Again, that's for another video. I can speak about that in another video, but basically, in a nutshell, S-Log footage basically gives you the full dynamic range in a Sony camera. So that's what it's basically used for. So without going too much into that, I'll just talk into how I color grade. So here's my clip. Now, this little clip was shot in the S-Log 3. So you can see it's a flat image. There's nothing special about it, but we're going to make this come to life. So let me show you the steps of how I do that. So first things first, you need to make sure the clip is highlighted. And then once it is, go into the color panel here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to convert this into a Rec 709. So Rec 709, that's basically the standard default setting that you should keep for watching on normal TVs. So that's what a Rec 709 is. So we need to convert that before going into anything. So I'm going to talk you into the steps of doing that. So the first thing is first, what I'm going to do here is you're going to type in color space transform, and there it comes. So what you do is you drag that onto the first node, and then what we need to do here is we're going to do some settings here to change that into a Rec 709. So by the way, guys, this footage was actually shot with the Sony A7 IV. I've only purchased that a few weeks ago. So what we want to do is we want to go down the list. So in a color space, we want to get this down to the Sony Gamut 3. And then after that, we want to convert this one into a S-Log 3, Sony S-Log 3 there. And then what we want to do is we want to bring this down to a Rec 709. So there you go, Rec 709. And again, Rec 709. There you go, guys. And now look at that, guys. You can already see the images beginning to pop. Now, we haven't created any additional loads, but because I've converted it into Rec 709, let me show you the before and after now. So that's what it is. Can you see how flat this image is? So converting it. So if I go this is now. Look, you can already see a difference, guys. Now, what the Rec 709 basically does is it basically washes out the white shadows and everything in this image. It brings it to life. So now that we've gone through the process of converting this into a proper Rec 709, now we're free to do whatever we want. We can color grade this whichever way we want. Now, there are different ways of color grading a Rec 709, but in this video I'm just going to show you how I personally do it. Now, so the way I do this is basically I'm going to add a node here. So there I've added a node. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to basically maybe like so I just get rid of that. I'm going to sort of like rename this. So let's just say we want to call this shadows or something. So here So what we're going to do here is we're going to sort of like mess around with the nodes here. So the way I do that is I'm going to go to the primaries. Now primaries is very powerful tool. I have done a video about this before. So what I'm going to do is, so I'm just going to bring this back. We need a frame to work with, so let's leave it at that. So let's just say I want to bring some shadows here. So what I'll do is I'll bring the lift kind of down. I want to give it a dark moody look. So about there is okay. Look, you can see the difference already. So we want to give it a dark moody look. Again guys, there's different ways of doing this. I'm just showing you my way. So, and then what we want to do here is we want to sort of like maybe give it a bit of let's just say the shadows. We want to sort of like bring the shadows slightly up there. About there should be okay. So that's actually looking good to me at this stage. So what we're going to do is we're going to create another node. So with this node, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to basically maybe sort of like mess with the offset. So I'm just going to kind of like bring this guy up a little bit. So let's just name this let's just name this offset, just so that we know. So yeah, I mean that's actually looking fairly decent compared to what it was before. So now that we've done that, what I'm going to do is let's just create another node. So let's just say with this one, I'm going to call this I want to mess with the saturation here. So I'm going to call this saturation. Yeah, so what I'm going to do here is, guys, I'm going to mess with the saturation. I mean, to be honest with you, doing a play, this is just a playhead video. Color grading a playhead video, to be honest, isn't the best example. But I might do in another video, I might go out and just create some footage outside and then do it. But this is just to give you guys an idea of how I normally color grade it. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on to the saturation. Then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on the yellow, see this yellow dot here, there. And then what I'm going to do is basically I'm just going to bring this far up to the green side, about there. There you go. Then what I want to do is I might just add in another node here, and then maybe sort of like just call this I want to call this if I can find this. So let's just mess with the pivot on this one. So pivot. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mess with the pivot. So this gives us the let's bring the playhead here. Just going to mess with this. I mean, I know it's not actually making any much difference, but I like to give it that punchy effect. So here, I mean there, I mean that gives you an idea. So we've used the offset. We've used the offset here. So just gonna show you guys. So I'm just gonna show you the difference that this thing does, because believe me guys, it makes a huge hell of a difference. So just gonna get this guy off. But you guys get an idea of you know what this is actually done. Let me just show you the before and after here. So I'm just gonna bring my face close there. So this is what we started off with. I mean, look at that, guys. It is a flat image shot with the S-Log 3, sorry. And look at the life that we brought back into this. Look, there you go, guys. That's basically all I wanted to show you. Like I said, a talking head isn't a good example, but it's just to show you guys, you know. Always remember, guys, the ISO. The ISO is between 600 and 3200 to get the correct exposure in the ISO for the S-Log3 on the Sony A7 Mark IV. I might do a different video on that. If you guys want to see that, just let me know. Now, so yeah, so this is basically it, guys. This is all I wanted to show you. Now, there are like different ways as well. You know, there are different ways. So someone might just say, for example, let's just say we want to get rid of this. I'm just gonna get rid of these nodes here. Now this is let me just reset. Well, I'll leave that here because the always what you guys can do is just maybe take a screenshot of this so you know what the correct setting, because it worked for me. That's what I did when I first started out. Now I was just going to show you what some vloggers tend to do, and I'm not saying it's wrong, because there are different ways of doing this. What some vloggers will do is basically they'll create nodes, and what they'll do is they'll probably actually, yeah, what some vloggers tend to do is they'll take the nodes, and this is the main node what we started off with. So what they'll tend to do is they'll put a color grade before this. So what they'll do is they'll put something before the main node before converting it into a Rec. 7.9. Some people will and by the way, that reminds me, guys, if you go into the LUTs here and if you click on the Sony, it's got some Sony LUTs. So what some people will tend to do is just drag it down. So they'll basically drag the node down here. And then, like I said, there is no wrong or right answer. It's different ways of doing it. So let me just get rid of this guy. So what they'll tend to do is they'll actually sort of like bring the node in, and then they'll sort of like work with the node before this. So they'll mess with the hue, saturation, exposure, and all of that good stuff. They'll do it before the node. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, there's no wrong or right answer, just a different way of showing it. But the first method is to show you guys how I normally do it. So yeah, that's basically all I wanted to show you. That's how I normally color grade my Rec. 709. So like I say, guys, I will do a Rec maybe a S-Log3 footage outdoors, and then color grade it, because like that you'll notice a big difference. But again, that was my way of how I normally color grade my S-Log3. So there you have it. Again, I'll show you. So we went from this to this. Look at the difference, guys. So there you have it, guys. That's basically it. I hope you did learn something from this, guys. Again, I will do something a bit deeper than this. So if you did like this video, guys, please give me a thumbs up. Smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you for watching.